you gotta get to the level you can possibly get, the highest level you can possibly get clean before you ever touch anything. Otherwise, you're gonna be disappointed with your results. I'm telling you, you're gonna be a little guy or a little girl, and you're gonna take stuff, and unless you have really good genetics, you're not gonna respond very much. You respond just a little bit better than you would naturally. Now you're plateaued, and if you take too much, you gotta try to always hold that, and then you gotta get off and coast or do the PCT, or you lose all your gains, and then you go backwards even more than when you started. You gotta know what you're doing. It's not a game. It's a serious business, and this is a grown man sport, a grown woman sport. You gotta be a grown ass man or woman to do this. It's not for kids. And you have to be scientific about it. You're smart about it. And you gotta be safe about it, as safe as possible, I should say, because like the same thing with sex. There's no safe sex. There's safer sex. See, it's the same thing. When you're enhanced, there's a right way to do it and there's a wrong way to do it. I don't give a fuck what people say about, oh, it's all wrong. Fuck you. You don't research then, or you don't have discipline when you try to do it, because yes, you're damn right. If you abuse that shit, most likely you have problems. Very few people take a lot of stuff and have little or no problems. There's usually some kind of side effects down the road. Maybe right away, maybe later down the road, maybe both. But you just can't take stuff super hard all the time. Those guys are what you call shooting stars, getting big and really fast and stuff, or not. Depends on what their genetics are, how heavy they lift. And then and the kidneys go out, or they have a heart attack, or something like that. Okay. Now, are there people that take it very sensibly and responsibly, and cc of this and cc of that and half a cc of the other thing, and then so they'll get to the Decadic, maybe they'll do half a cc of that, and they do one cc of this and that, test and something else, right? Test and neck or whatever, and so 2.5 cc's or 2 cc's of test, 1 cc of deck. That's already getting on the moderate to moderately heavy side already, right? So you gotta be careful with that. And then you have people that are gonna take 2 to 5 grams. Not the pros that have longevity in the sport, guys. You're getting the wrong information. You're listening to the wrong people. You're watching the wrong YouTube vids, because it's not true. And most of the guys that were superhuman, but overdo it, overabuse it, die young. They get in and out of the sport in a hurry. Those are usually the guys that abuse the stuff. Again, not always. Okay, sometimes you just get screwed. You're doing minimal dosages of 200 to 400 milliliters a week, or moderate dosages of 600 to a gram a week, and you fucking die, or your liver goes out, or your kidneys go out. Life's not always fair, right? People drink one energy drink one time and fucking die, right? Too much Coke one day, Coca-Cola, and fucking die, right? Because the sugar and the caffeine in it. There's no guarantees in life, guys. You're gonna die anyways. So the key is to just put the statistics in your favor. And if you're gonna do any risks at all, make sure they're calculated risks, right? And are on the low side of things, right? And then you've got a shot at a decent life and a quality life, and maybe being able to live for a long time, right? And the longer you want to live, that's your goal. I would cut out all that stuff. I wouldn't take anything like that. I wouldn't take any drugs. I wouldn't take any steroids. I wouldn't take anything that might hinder that if your goal is to live to be 100 years old. Every goal has a set of standards and actions that has to be applied to get to that goal. So there you have it. It's plain and simple for you. If you're not going to compete, especially if you're not going to plan on praying like a top amateur pro bodybuilder, you probably shouldn't even take them, right? There's really not a reason to take them unless you're like in a dangerous situation, and you feel like, you need to use them, and that's a different story too, and it's like anything else. It's like having a weapon, right? You may have a little bit of a, aggression with that stuff, right? You just control it, right? If you're a responsible guy or gal, you're right. And if you're not, you shouldn't take it, okay? Just like some people should not own a gun, right? I'm all for owning a gun. I'm all, pro weapon and all that shit. You can have whatever you want. I don't care what kind of weapon you want. But if you're responsible and you're not going to hurt anybody unless you're defending your family and it's life or death situation, that's the only time you're going to use it. Other than for, target practice and shit. I don't care, But there's some people that should not have one. They get to drinking, start slinging the gun around. It's you shouldn't have a gun. If you're not going to be responsible and be like a little kid, you don't need a gun, okay? You gotta have all the precautions too. Make sure your kids never get into it. If they are around guns, they have to know, green is safe, green is safe and red you're dead type of thing, right? Yeah, you gotta really be careful and teach your kids right from wrong and just in case, you should probably have it locked up so they can't get to it no matter what. Then you're gonna, of course, have to have a system. You gotta get in there quick enough if you have an intruder. You can't be like, hey, wait a minute, I gotta get my key and get on my gun. So you gotta have a not if but when system, okay? And cameras all around the house and, all that stuff. Security systems, you have all that. You should implement all that stuff, right? So if a bad guy comes in, he's in big trouble, okay? Have some verbals, have some training with your family. You don't load, get all over bell, gun loaded. Oh, we got an intruder, poof, shoot. How many times has that happened? You fucking accidentally shoot your mom or your dad or your daughter, your son, right? That's why you gotta teach them verbals first. Be in a safe position, call verbal cues, get the fuck out of here, I'm gonna shoot your head off, right? Get your hands where I can see them, that kind of thing, right? Gives them a chance for the family. Hey, Dad, it's just me, right? Does that make sense? You might think you're the most perfect kid in the world. Doesn't mean that when they try to sneak out at night. They try to sneak out at night, they gotta sneak back in. They sneak in the window, you can't shoot them. Come on now, think. You gotta have all that embedded in your mind, right? And all that training needs to be implemented within the family, right? And don't necessarily have to shoot the dude dead if they're gonna freaking follow orders. Get the fuck down, get out, whatever, right? But you do have a right to shoot them if you're feeling threatened and they're not following directives. And hey, it is what it is. It's you or them. It's your family or them. You gotta do what you gotta do. I am against people getting all like, ooh, yeah, I can't wait, so you can shoot them. You get some people that are kind of messed up, and they don't. No excuse for ever breaking anybody's house ever, but there's even cases where people will break in not meaning to. They break into somebody's house thinking it's theirs. They have just moved in a couple doors down, and they freaking think that that's their house because it looks identical from the outside. Okay, so it's important to always use the verbals and watch things, see what's going on, and then you're gonna have to make that judgment call, right? And if you're gonna put them down or not, and, if they're not responding to verbals, and if they have accidentally climbed in the wrong window and not following verbals, and they look like they're gonna be dangerous, and you shoot them, I ain't gonna blame you if you put them down. Does that make sense? Because you don't know at that point. And some people play dumb, and then all of a sudden, surprise, I got one too, right? Walk towards your wife or kids' room, what are you gonna do? Okay, that's something you gotta think about. You gotta be ready for it. And it's gotta be automatic at that point. I've given verbals, I've done this, I've done that. It's a threat, boom, put him down. Or, not a threat, this is just a kid, I don't know what the fuck he's doing. He doesn't appear to have a weapon. Maybe you put him down, hands down, right? Maybe you can do it that way. But you gotta be damn sure, right? Because this is your family you gotta protect. So whatever decision you make, you gotta make sure it's the right decision, okay? And then whatever decision you make, you can articulate and justify it, okay? You don't want to get all gung-ho and shoot people just to shoot them. That's the wrong reason. It's for defense. It's for self-defense. It's not to put. You should feel bad if it's a bad guy. You should feel bad about putting him down. Okay, you should feel bad about it. Like, damn, I wish that wouldn't happen. But you know what? It had to be done. I hate it when people put somebody down. Yay, and they're celebrating. Because sometimes it's just somebody, some poor drunk bastard climbing the wrong house. A kid did that once. Climbed to the wrong house, thought it was his house, he just moved in there, and he snuck out while his parents were sleeping, and his friend actually pushed him in the window to try to help him get into what he thought was his room. Dude was giving verbals and everything. If you put him down, it was a sad thing, because he was a A student and never got in any trouble. It's the first night he ever drank in his life, and it was a misunderstanding. And it was unfortunate, but that's life. And you gotta do the best you can. Tragedies sometimes happen, but that's why I'm saying verbals and everything else. You try those things. Sometimes you can save those types of situations from an innocent person getting hurt. And if it does go down, you know, you feel bad to a certain point, but you know, you don't need to beat yourself up over it if you did everything you felt you could, you know, to keep everybody safe. That's my take on it. Okay. Alright, it's been Showtime. Showtime Shred Fitness over here. Size, growth, get big.